Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. 8 a.m. here. Prices of BTC currently at $7,300 or so. Looks like we're moving up just a little bit. Yesterday, once we broke out of this red box, which you can see is a big SR level. If you don't know what SR levels are, they're basically support and resistance levels that are acted as pivots. When one side controls one, which is, say, the bulls right here control this level as support, you can see price bounces away from it. Again, bounces away from it, comes back, bounces slightly, and then breaks through. And now it's become resistance. So now it's become bear territory right there, right there, right there, and all the way over here. And then finally it breaks through again. So now it's become bull territory where they're defending this level right here as best they can. Okay, so this is what we call the SR levels because they're basically pivots, areas of defense for both the bulls or the bears, depending on which person, or which side wins out. Okay, so I pulled up this 30-minute chart to show you guys how the SR levels are active right now. First thing is this area around 73.80, $7,400 right here, this green box, green, red, red, and then potentially another red. I'm going to stretch this out maybe a little bit further, okay? Because I'm hoping that price actually comes back to this level. Actually in a long with my Advantage community members, and we took a long somewhere around 72.50, I think, or 72.65. And I'm going to take this long probably up to about $7,400, maybe 73.80 cut out early. And then wait and see how price reacts over in this region right here, okay? Chances are, I mean, it could go higher because, you've kind of tapped it once right there, twice right there, and now if it comes a third time, I mean, this level has definitely gotten weaker. So the chances are high that it could just break through. Third possibility is that, you've already rejected it once, twice, it could just get rejected a third time, okay? So both scenarios you have to keep in mind. But for the most part, I'll probably be cutting out of my trade, somewhere in this region right here, in this red block, in my long. Okay. Um, let's see. So yeah. So you now understand the different SR levels at play. This red block is another one, and this is around 72.60, 72.50. All right. So if price gets rejected here, look for a potential short with a stop probably above these wicks, and aim for this first spot as your target. Okay. Again, not financial advice. I'm just giving you guys free tips on how I would trade this, range to range play. Okay. Um, if you don't know how to trade, at the very least, start mapping out SR levels like this and start trading, potentially between level to level, range to range. So this level to this level, from this level down back to this level. That would be probably an ideal way for you to understand how trading works, okay? And this way, risk is also easily defined because, say, if you're taking a long, all right, say from right here where price is right now, okay, and your stop has to be probably just beneath this wick low right here, okay? So if you're taking a long right there, your target should be right around that area. You could see your risk to reward is 1.57, okay? So it's not that great. But when we took this trade right here, okay, right in that region, our stop is right below this wick and our target is the same. Our risk to reward was about 6.66, okay? So that's why our trade is much more lucrative in terms of risk to reward ratios because we're risking $1 for $6. Okay, so our trade when we got into the advantage side into this trade was much more appealing than the trade that you are seeing right now. This is why it pays to be in the advantage membership, folks, because I will provide trade setups, information well before you get to even see it reflected in price because I've been doing this for 11 years now. Okay, 11 years gives you a lot of experience. All right, it doesn't give you experience in a sense that I'm always profitable in every trade, but it gives you enough experience to understand that you don't need to always be profitable and you don't need to take every trade. That is the difference between an average trader and a good consistent trader. Okay, understanding that you don't have to take every trade and not every trade needs to be a heavy position, not every trade has to go your way, is probably the biggest secret that no one will ever tell you. Okay. And in this community, like there really are no secrets. I'm not trading, in my community by hiding my position or trading against my clients or anything like that. When I say I'm getting into a position, I mean it. Okay. You can see right there. That's my entry of my position. I updated my stop loss just this morning from 72.40 to 70, or I'm sorry, 71.75 to 72.40. My targets are still the same. So you know, pretty good transparency in our community. If you're trying to get into our membership, technical analysis course, this is probably your cheaper option right now. If you buy this course right now, you get access to the locked channels for 7 days. And guess what? Today, okay, at 2 p.m., if you join before, I will have a live session. Okay, I'm going to do a live session with my community members that's going to cover a ton of information about how I scope out entries, how we define stop losses, how we manage risk, and pretty much everything else that you guys in the advantage side, whatever they want to cover, I will cover in my live session. Okay, so again, this is only for advantage members. But you could see these are the benefits that you get as an Advantage member. The video that you're seeing right now, which is a free YouTube video, I do pretty much every day, okay? But that is, maybe 5% of what I do in terms of information. Beyond that, I provide multiple updates to my community through the day. Obviously, a ton of, trades in terms of leverage, short and long trades, scalp trades, and then these are all, your spot buys positions right here. And then Bitcoin analysis, obviously, a ton of updates through the day. And more importantly, folks, more importantly, is that we have an active community where we scope out the best of the best, individuals, people who've been trading for, a couple of years, or people who are just wanting to learn, curious, have experience in other markets. Our other analyst right here, Jordan, he's also an experienced analyst, so he churns out a ton of information. And so all in all, we have a great community that is very active, as you can see, very, very active. And we love to sort of, talk about what the market is doing. I'm very active in the community because, again, I do this full time. I trade full time. I manage my community full time. So you, as the Advantage member, employ me. Okay? And so when you employ me, my time, my energy, my dedication goes to the Advantage side, which is all the locked channels that you see right here. Okay? And I love being a part of this community because we don't have people who shill, we don't have people with attitude, we don't have people who are just arrogant. We just have good people from different backgrounds all over the world, different ages. Whether you're 25, 26-year-old in this group, some people I know are about 50 years old, trying to diversify their skill set, their income. Some people are single mothers. Some people are single fathers. Some people are family members, who are trying to just pay off a vacation. Some people are trying to pay off their loans. Some people are just trying to better their life, and some people are really, in a deep hole. Whether it was trading with other bad groups, and I'm trying to do my best to sort of show them the way, which is, not risking too much capital, not, losing your emotions. These are all things that we teach in our Advantage community. Okay. All right. Anyway, going forward, obviously still in a long. Look out for shorts up here. Might price might spike all the way up here and then torpedo down. Just different scenarios for you to keep in mind. Okay. Let's move on to higher time frames. 4-hour chart. Okay. Still in a large trading range, as you can see, from this high, this low, this high. This low was taken out. So still, the trading range is really between $7,700 and about, let's just say, 6,500. So that $1,200 trading range that we're seeing right now, we're still in it. Okay. Notice the 4-hour candles. I mean, we're consistently just climbing up and up. I want to see some more strength in the 4-hour candles. I don't like these high facing wicks right here and this low one right below it. This sort of movement sideways I really don't like as we're approaching a key area. I don't want price to sort of go like this and start turning back around. That's probably the worst thing that you want, because if price sort of goes like this and then starts moving back, it's definitely going to take out this level right here, which is the 7,000 50 to 70, 150 level. Okay, and if that breaks, I'll probably go down to about $6,850, $6,900. Okay, and I'll show you guys exactly why I say that level. Okay, so take a look at this chart. All right, on the 1 hour time frame, I mapped this out. This was the last consolidation on the 1 hour time frame a couple days back before we made this big move to the upside, right? So you can see this blue trading range right here. That's between 69.25 and down to about 68.25. So $100 range. Notice that price has not come to break this low yet. So if it does break this low, right, we've tapped it once right there, tapped it twice right there. This is, by the way, the 50% fib based on this low and this high. So we've tapped the 50% fib, and it looks like we're starting to move away from it. But if we do break down, I would expect this blue trading range right here to hold, okay? One, because this was a last consolidation before this push up. Two, because this is the 618 fib, which is known as the golden pocket ratio, which is often, in most markets followed as a pretty significant retrace that allows for a pretty strong bounce out of the 61.8 and 65% area. So anywhere between, the 6,900 marker and down to about the EQ of this range, which is this white dash line, I would expect, somewhat of a bounce if price does come back here, okay? Other than that, I mean, there's this 1 hour trend line that we're seeing. We're trying to break out of it, really struggling. But if we do, I would definitely expect a pop towards $6,400. I'm sorry, $7,400, which is the area I'm aiming for my long anyway, okay? This does sort of resemble a flag now, this thing right here, flag-like behavior right there, and I'm hoping this thing kind of breaks to the upside, okay? All right, so 4 hour chart I covered, right? We still have the weekly and the monthly opens, probably still that are, they're going to act as a cap for price. So look out for that area as well. We have another whole day and a half before the weekly open, I'm sorry, the weekly closes. Let's see here. Let's look at the daily chart. Again, still, in a big descending channel, big descending trend line. I'm still not optimistic that we're starting our new bull run and that, this was the low that we put in and now we're just going to move back up. I don't really believe it yet. First things first, we have to at least break out of this trend line, consolidate, and then keep moving. That would be the first step. Next big step is, obviously once we take out these highs right here on a daily time frame above, say, 9,700, then we can talk about moving up higher. Okay. Now let's go to the weekly time frame. Okay. This is a bearish perspective. Okay, in terms of the weekly time frame. All right. So notice that this area right here was support, support, and now it's become resistance. And now that resistance also resembles this bear flag looking thing right now. This is the pull right here. This is the flag. And so I don't see why this cannot just move down, right? This is my bearish perspective, okay? And this is obviously the longer term perspective that I have. And the place that it'll move down is probably this area right here, this last bit of consolidation in the weekly time frame between 5,000 and 5,500. So I still have my long-term targets for that area. But does that mean that I'm trading and I'm just shorting right here blindly? No, I'm managing my risk, taking it one day at a time because I'm now a bit uncertain about this market. I don't know if we're just going to keep moving up from here or we're going to get rejected in the same area, which is this marker around 7,700, which was previous support, and now maybe it's become resistance, and now we may be finally ready to move down, okay? So there you have it, folks. A larger time frame view of the bullish and the bearish perspectives on different time frames. We also have I think I have another bullish perspective view right here. Okay, how price could bounce from here. Okay, so check this out. All right, and this one, you can, again, however you want to look at it, whether you are bullish now or bearish now. This is how I like to map out different scenarios of how I could be right or wrong, how I could position myself in different time frames, etc. Okay, so like I showed you earlier, right? On the more local time frames, the local chart, this area right here was obviously support, support, and now it's become resistance, right? Now I'm going to show you the bullish perspective, which was this blue block, which was support right here in 2017. 2018 was support, support. All this was support. Price broke down, capitulated, right? And then price used this area as resistance and then came back up all the way, pull back down with this wick right here. This became support and boom, price pushed up all the way to 13,000, right? And then price is now coming back down to the same area as support. And so, if this is still holding as support, I don't see why we cannot move up a little bit further, right, from here. Doesn't mean we have to start our bull market, but we potentially could. Maybe this is all the retrace that price needed. And by the way, if you start mapping out a retrace from this bottom to this high, right? Notice where we are right now. We tapped right below that 618 fib, and 65% is right in the middle right here. So that is the golden pocket ratio of this bottom to this high, and then the retrace down here. So one could make the argument that, hey, this was retrace enough, and now we're going to start our new recovery cycle from here and keep moving on up. Okay, my thoughts on that is that we have not shown enough strength in price to warrant calling the bottom like this right here. When you start seeing higher lows in a weekly time frame, like this low was put in and then this higher low, right? And then a key high like this area right here was taken out by this big candle right here. That is the definition of, hey, the low was put in. This is not. Okay, this is just speculation that the low was put in. Okay, so be careful of anyone telling you that, hey, this was a low and this is the last time you'll see price under 7,000 or 7,000 or 8,000, whatever ridiculous number that they're saying. Okay, just look at the technicals. Okay, look at what the chart is showing you, and then you won't have to listen to these idiots out in the crypto space. Just betting on price and speculating what price could do. The chart is, this is why technicals are so great. The chart is showing you everything that you need to know about the information for you to make an educated decision. Okay, you don't need people to start predicting wild ass guesses about prices. Okay, that price is going to go up to 9,000 or 10,000 in January or this or that. Okay, just look at the chart. This is what we do best in the Cryptosomniac community. This is why I always recommend at least try my technical analysis course out. Try with that, you will get 7 free days in the Advantage membership, and then you can tell me how you feel in the Advantage membership, how you've sort of gained or understood risk management, or made some positive strides in our community. Okay, or just join the Advantage membership right here, get the Advantage subscription, and then just try it out for a month, and then let us know how you feel. I can tell you a majority of people who come to our community, they stay, at least for 3 or 6 months. Okay, and a lot of people have actually been with us for almost 2 years now, 2+ years. As long as I've actually been part of the crypto space, people have joined and stayed. Not because I'm some great trader or anything, because personally I think I'm just a consistent trader. I'm not the best, most profitable trader. I just like to trade without a lot of risk. I like to trade without too much emotion. I don't like to feel anxiety. I like to enjoy my life while I trade and manage the markets. Okay, I think people like that kind of trading style, and that's why maybe they gravitate towards my kind of trading style, because I don't think about the markets too much. Okay, for me, it's just another job, right? It's just if you start laying out the technicals, start doing your hard work, the market will do what it's going to do, and you will manage your risk, and you'll either make money or lose money. And if you make money, you'll make more money, and if you lose money, you won't lose that much money. Okay, it's a simple formula. All right, but unfortunately, most people don't understand that, right? So anyway, those are my thoughts on price action. You now understand, exactly where I am in terms of smaller time frames and higher time frames, the bullish and the bearish perspective. Um, you can join the Cryptosomniac Advantage community or buy my technical analysis course. And I think that's pretty much it. Again, I'll be doing a live session for the Advantage members today. So if you want to just buy the course today, you will get 7 free days plus the live session tonight, or I'm sorry, in the next 6 or 8 hours. You'll get a ton of information that will be worth the money that you're paying for this course. So I think it's truly worth it. Come join and give us a shot. All right, I promise you will not regret it. You will have a fantastic time meeting people from all over the world, and most importantly, learning from someone who's been doing this for a while and someone who's been profitable and making a living off this market. Okay, and other markets too. Okay, that's pretty much it. I don't think the daily has anything to write home about. Uh, Price could, again, as per the daily, move up just a little bit more, like I said, to that $7,400 region, and then potentially slam back down. So do be careful on that front. Um, but yeah, that's it. All right, take care, folks. Cheers, and I hope to see you guys in the Advantage community soon. All right, have a good day.